I had a comment and someone said, looks like I'm in a goddamn closet. That hurt. But anyway, pop some posters at the back. But more importantly, I put some Marvel and DC stuff. It's going to be my side where you can see we got Gambit and Wolverine, we got Black Panther, rest in peace, Chadwick, Storm, Flash, we got a Bagger Man, but most importantly, we have the Wonder Woman. And then I thought to myself, I haven't even seen Wonder Woman 18 something 5925. So let's watch it. This is the Flash. Hey, you have to bang his chest after them lines. As in motion, man. Wow. Man like Luke Skywalker, you know. Let's go. Boo! Woo, DC!
More closely and understood. But some
Wonder Woman loves a little monologue. Wait, I'm so sorry. Wait. Why was she swimming, bro? It looked very shallow there. See how tall she was when she stood up. Why was she still swimming? Maybe it's part of the rules. I don't know. What kind of tournament is this year where like half of it takes place outside? You can't even see what going on. Like that's dead. Imagine paying mad tickets to come see this and you can't even see. I'll ask for a refund.
not yet ready for all that you will do.
So as an opening goes, that weren't too bad. She wants to be the best. She wants to be a warrior. She wants to prove everyone, yeah, I can do this. She wants to compete with the grown-ups. And she wants to win. She's a winner. And this one, you know, that was a nice, fun, light-hearted opening. To also show us that, to further that. And it kind of strives her for this, I can't remember what they called it, the Wonderist of Women's, that kind of title. So, yeah, decent. Not too bad so far. Maybe this film is okay.
And you know, I'll be looking at asses and shit, and I seen little yoga pants. So I peeped the ass out, and I was like, damn, she thick as fuck.
Hey, look at my pervin. This feels like it was made by CW, who got a real nice, good cash injection. That was cheesy. Oh my days. This clearly is not like some continuous stuff, because this feels like a completely different Wonder Woman in terms of the tone, at least, of the film.
So many things I don't even know what I would wish for.
I do.
This film is just, it's weird at the moment. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's just weird.
Wow, looking good.
No, thanks.
This, oh.
For coming.
You know, I really should be going. Thank you for the tour. I will have to see you tonight.
See you tonight.
I don't really get what's going on. So I guess I'm assuming he's a bad guy. He wants the artifact to grant a wish.
The pool, the helicopter, you'll have it all. But remember,
I'm just realizing, is that his office?
Built in a day, was it? No.
Oh, so he's scamming, man. Was it like a pyramid scheme?
Man, with a great plan.
Oh, if you can dream it, you can have it. Something like that.
I tell you what, this film's boring at the moment. That's the only fact. I'm not too sure I could say anything else. It's just boring. I've been quite silent because I'm trying to put my mind on it, my finger on it. It's just like, okay, they set him up to be a decent character, you know. He's not, well, I don't know his motivations, but he has a bit of depth to him. The fact that, you know, people don't believe in him. He's kind of got a bad rep, seen as a con man.
They do fit well.
Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
Hey there, how you doing?
Are men just all predators in this? It just seems like the men are just predators. They tried to grab her up in the park. As soon as she come in, they're all looking at her a bit weird. It's a bit over the top, don't you think? Wait, so how's man gonna do the business and get dirty if he's got one hand full? It ain't gonna work unless he uses it. Did he come back in someone else's body or something like that? Wait, so is she seeing the other guy? Or is she now seeing him? Or are they just showing it to us that he is meant to be him? Where the hell did he hide that, bro?
His ass.
Because that's not something you can hide so easily.
I wish to be you, the dream stone itself.
What, is that like the ultimate wish, I guess? Anyone he touches or anyone that makes a wish to him, he can just grant them anything. There was no build up to that. Like, he just sort of just walked in, sat it, and then he was just like, yeah, I want to be... My favourite word, it was a bit lackluster.
What? Come here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
You know what? I'm ready to go. Right?
No,
You're not even giving it a
not
second.
good.
Too much in a good way or a bad way?
Some of these styles are terrible.
Whoa.
Don't worry. It's fine. It's just a move.
Oh.
It's nothing.
To be honest, I'm enjoying this segment more than I have the rest of the film.
That's just a trash can.
It's just a trash can. Yeah.
Like I said, that segment was probably the most fun I've had this whole movie. I like seeing him try the different costumes, get accustomed to the world. Why do we have to wait to an hour mark to get that?
There were many gods, and they did different things for different reasons. One was making objects like this.
It's basically another artifact like the lasso. That would be cool. I would like a movie maybe of her going around finding these. That would have been sick. Or like all these different artifacts that do different things.
My father hid the mascara from the world, and I've been trying to learn how we did it.
Did what?
Made something invisible. And in 50 years, I've only done it once.
Wait, so she has some ability to turn a thing invisible. What? Wow.
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 Where did that ability come from?
Ass.
Anything else I can get you? Coffee? Tea? Me?
Why are all the men so weird in this? I don't get it. They just seem very weird. Like, she's meant to be an apex predator, but the men feel like the most... Look, what's...
No thanks.
I mean, I'm going to take it as it is because, you know, that's what she wished for. But...
Harassing people. like me.
This guy is an alcoholic,
remember
bro.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If he didn't remember, I'll be like, yeah, cool, because he's obviously sipping the rum. I really like this soundtrack, but it's still the scene still feels a bit cheesy, like a bit hideous, not serious.
And in return, I will take your oil.
What? Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking?
Whoa. Bro, this is such a cool concept, man. I wish they'd done something better with it, because this film is a bit boring.
His claim to the land.
I'm gonna assume that the wish, you wish for something but you lose something in return. You know, one of them wishes where it's like, cool, you have something but you gotta give something back. Maybe Diana's losing her powers. That guy got his land but he's lost his like everything else. So what has Cheetah lost?
The brakes still work.
That was a good one. I guess she isn't bulletproof, is she? That's why she always blocks the bullets. Hey, if Zack Snyder was directing this, just know every man would be dead up, the cars would be totaled right off, and the guy she's after will be in her grasp.
So who's the next closest person with oil?
This guy just wants oil. He don't care about nothing else, bro. Man just wants the crude oil, fam. I'm dead.
For your goodness.
No.
Let me not lie. I like this little plot line with him, but I don't know if it fits the Wonder Woman movie, because this don't feel like Wonder Woman. He feels like a side character compared to this. Wonder Woman feels like a side character in her own movie. God damn it. So with all this anarchy going on, they're allowing people to just go into the White House. Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
This is so cheesy. That was a very cool move. I give you that. Whoa, that was lit. That's cold. That was a sick little spin. He's dropping, man, when whilst he's still being handcuffed. That would have tore their arm off. Like, I don't even care. It feels empty, do you know what I mean? It don't feel like a Wonder Woman movie. It doesn't feel anything to do with her. All of these proceeds just feel empty. Feels like it's lacking something. There's no emotional value to it. I'm not getting anything from it.
Can't say goodbye.
You don't have to.
I felt more I'm not tearful at all. I felt more tearful when I watched Godzilla v Kong and my boy Kong was about to die. I don't give a shit about this. Oh Lord. Like, you know when the little girl was crying at Godzilla v Kong and his heartbeat was getting weak? I was like, rah. Ah. But this, I'm thinking, I don't care. Is she flying now? How did we get here? How did we get to this specific point in Wonder Woman and in this movie? I don't get it. What? This moment should be like more. So she could fly now. You know, in the cartoons and stuff, Wonder Woman can fly and stuff. Wait, so this thing conveniently releases particles that just touches everyone? Bro, this shot is epic. Like, this is cold. But the moment it's in doesn't get me hyped. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like, rah, what I'm seeing is great.
Can I take your health and your strength? Give her your rage and your prowess.
It's such a cool concept. Let me not lie, it's such a cool concept. So let me guess, all that setup in the beginning was for nothing. She just got it. She just got it. That was a rubbish fight scene. Ah. It was rubbish.
The fuck is that?
I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.
Big whoop. Big whoop. This film is shit. This film is absolutely rubbish.
But he's gone. And that's the truth.
Batman v Superman's theme. She banging talk no jutsu.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to everyone else.
What the fuck is going on?
I renounce my wish!
This is the most pathetic film in the DCEU right now.
I renounce my wish.
We have missiles disappearing, sir.
The most pathetic film ever.
I renounce my wish. I'm not asking.
I am speechless. This is absolutely pathetic. This is abysmal.
Hella ass.
What? So what about all the people that made valid wishes because their life was genuinely shit? What? Every the world's just happy now? No, of course not. Oh my! I don't get the message behind this film. Oh my lord! That film was a 6-pack of ass. A 6-pack of ass. That I don't even know where we are going to begin with this one. Is it worse than Justice League? They are both terrible, but this one, why I'm struggling with this film is because it had elements and it had certain stuff that was really interesting and was really, I thought, wow, yeah, that's quite good. And it could have made for a very good movie, but the execution was terrible. The execution was not there. We'll start off from my first problem with it. Wonder Woman moves very weird in this film. Very floaty, very just angel fairy like. She's a warrior, a seasoned 5,000-year-old warrior from birth, from get-go, from when she was young. That's why they showed us that beginning part. She was on job. She was ready. And here, she felt like a Disney princess with a bit of power. She also felt like a side character in her own movie. I had no connection to her whatsoever. She had no connection to any of the other characters at all. Her only good redeeming part was when she was with Steve Trevor, because they got good chemistry. What's his name? Chris, I can't remember his name. Him and Gal Gadot, they have good chemistry together. So that little aspect where he was like trying to figure out the world and she was sort of guiding him is kind of like a reverse on the previous movie. That felt lovely. I would have loved more of that. That was funny. That was good. Everything else was just bad. And then going back to what I said, there was elements in this film that I thought could have been done well. So I liked the main bad guy. I liked his sort of arc and what they done with him. But I just think they executed poorly. And what I mean by that is, this whole thing of him becoming the wish stone, him making wishes, yeah, okay, that can work. That was very interesting to see that, okay, if you take a wish, you have to give something back in return. That was fine, that the idea was there. And to see like the events and what it was slowly doing to the world, cool, fair enough. And that was it. Maybe I missed the message. Maybe I missed the message behind it all, but I don't get his character. I don't get why he was even in the story. Because in the end, a bit of took no jutsu like Naruto, and he renounced everything. I don't even know the consequences for what he did. Like what did he truly want? I don't know. Why was he doing all this? Because what? Because he got abused as a child. Like, I don't get it. So maybe in a different film, that idea was really cool, of this guy going around who can grant wishes, and you know, he takes something in return and he uses it to amass power, immortality and all that. That's a really good concept. But what's that got to do with Wonder Woman? The idea of the gemstone being some ancient relic like the lasso of truth, brilliant. I would have loved a movie where Wonder Woman went around finding these artifacts, maybe destroying them, or maybe someone else is trying to get them. You know, sort of like a Shaolin showdown where they're going around. That would have been cold. And all these different gods made all the different artifacts to do all these different stuff. A treasure hunt. That would have been crazy. I would have loved that idea. But what has this got to do with Wonder Woman? At least in the first one, it was always about Ares, the god of death. Ares, we need to stop Ares. Okay, we get it. You know, Ares was one of the gods. He fought all the other gods. He slayed all the other gods. Zeus, with his last dying breath, slayed Ares, and then Zeus made a weapon just in case Ares came back, and that was Diana. That makes perfect sense, and it ties to who Diana is, and it ties to it at least in some form. This guy, Mando without the helmet, has lost the plot. What has he got to do with Diana? And then what else do we have? Barbara. Decent ideas. The execution was horrendous. It was so on the nose and over the top. Oh, how they treated her, how she felt, how she was so quirky. Oh my days. Like, and then she gets her powers, but she still didn't feel that connected to Wonder Woman. Didn't feel like a big loss for Wonder Woman. And she just felt tacked on. We spent so much time with her. And it didn't feel like there was any payoff. The fight was it was rubbish, man. Everyone could just float. It's like you jump down, you're floating. What? They're having a fight, they're swinging, and you're floating. When Cheetah first come in and she's zipping across, you're thinking, alright, that's cool. That's quick movements. That's intense. Showing the raw power. This floaty business is crap. And her whole character arc, okay, you can understand it. Understanding something doesn't mean it's good. Like I said, the idea was okay, very cliche. Oh yeah, jealous of someone, they have it, I want what they have. And we just spent too long with her character, and she wasn't interesting. Who else was there? The little boy, the main villain, Sakari Maxwell Lord's son. He didn't do much. The child got his little payday. That's about it. I don't want to really cuss a child. Steve Trevor was good in this. I really liked him. I loved him adjusting to the world. And I loved when he was like seeing the plane and he was like, wow, like that was the most interesting part of the movie. And then other than that, what was there to do? There was one action scene at the beginning, which was all this fairyland nonsense. It looked like it was geared to 3-year-olds, and Wonder Woman felt cheesy. Zack Snyder and them, man, Batman v Superman, whatever, portrayed her as a god. Even in the first one they done, she was a god. This one, she feels like a goddamn, I want to say a word, but I think that's not allowed to say it. I'm gonna say a goddamn fairy. It felt like it wanted to be this really, really light-hearted, fun movie, and it just went overboard. The world didn't feel real. There was no emotional connection that us as the audience could latch onto. There was nothing there. Now, like I said midway through, I felt more emotional seeing Kong about to die and a little girl crying over him than I did throughout this entire movie. There was nothing in this movie that remotely made me feel anything but boredom. There was nothing in here that made me attracted to any of the characters. There was no build up to any of the moments. The idea of Wonder Woman losing her powers, that's fine. And I hate when superhero movies have the hero lose their powers. I find it boring. I've come to see the superhero. I don't want to see them depowered. That's why I didn't like Thor, the first one. We had Wonder Woman 1. We had Zack Snyder's Justice League. And we had Batman v Superman. So Wonder Woman's had her time to shine. So her losing her powers was fine. But even when she did have her powers, she felt useless. She felt like a juiced up Black Widow. I don't think Black Widow would have been more effective than her, honestly. Honestly. She didn't feel like a god. She's a god slayer, remember. Only a god can kill a god. She's a god. She didn't feel like that. This is something I would expect the MCU to do, where they tone down their characters and make their characters all equal. Wonder Woman is not equal to man. She is powerful. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, and even with a fight with Cheetah, these are two powerful beings. Cheetah is one of her arch nemesis. Them men are always at it. I was expecting much more from that fight. And I'm a moment person. I like moments in films. A moment can have me coming back to a film many times. And that's why I like Batman v Superman, because there's many moments where I'm like, cool. Now, there is not one moment I can remember in this film that will ever tempt me to go watch a clip. Her swinging from the lightning thing looked hella cool in the trailers. And when you watch it, you're just like, oh, it's quick. It don't feel impactful. It don't feel emotional. Her getting her armor made no sense. I don't get what the point was. At the beginning, they made it seem like, no, you have to wait, Diana, to be worthy of this armor. And then no, she just has it. Why show us all that set up at the beginning and it literally has no... You could have cut that out and it would have made no difference. Her going through all the effort of wanting that armor, wanting to be that warrior, and then her mentor saying, no, you're not ready for that. The time will come. There's no cheating. Okay, skip later, she has it. And don't get me started on that ending. That Batman v Superman music, I love that song. I love it. That felt so out of place. And this is how you know I'm not biased. Because I made a video on the music in Justice League and Zack Snyder, and I said Zack Snyder one does it way better. I love Batman v Superman. I love that soundtrack. That soundtrack they played, I love it. I did not like it in this film. It was so out of place. There was no need for it to be there. It felt cheesy. It just felt like it was brought in as a last minute thing and said, yeah, slap this. I don't know, as some nostalgia. I don't know why they did it. It just didn't fit anything I was seeing or any mood of the whole film. And now, I know people complained, oh, but we don't want some big CGI battle as the last fight, which is fair. This was not an alternative. The pacing of the film. Now, I feel like the film dragged at the beginning, and that's probably because I was bored. The beginning part took way too long. And think about it, the first Wonder Woman had like a very action beginning, quite quiet throughout the rest. And then at the end, it picked up in terms of action. I honestly can say there was no concrete action in this. And when there was action, like I said, it looked lame. This is set after the first Wonder Woman, and she feels like she's been downgraded. Now, Gal Gadot looks amazing, and I think the character of Diana I like. Like I said, don't get me wrong. A movie like this may have worked if it didn't proceed a flipping cold movie that was Wonder Woman, or proceed a character that's already been kind of established in 2 films. That's a lie. This film wouldn't work. The film's a shit. But I have no hope for the DCU. If they're going down this route, I have no hope. Any positives? Like I said, I really did like Maxwell Lord. I did like him. Maybe not for this movie and maybe not, but I did like it. I like he became the Dreamstone. I like that he was going around wish this. I really do like that. I'm going to give that movie a 4 out of 10. This and the Justice League has to go down as... I prefer the Justice League over this. I'm going to keep it a buck. Damn, and I think I love Wonder Woman. When it comes to these films, she's actually probably my second favourite behind Batman, obviously, but I'm just a Batman fan in general. Yeah, it's been your boy Sly. Thank you, man, for watching.